And what's up, Moose family? It's your host, Jim Flanagan here for new edition of FlanFan Show here for the new season, MHL season number 13, and for MAHL season number 5. And guess what, fellas? We're extending the FlanFan Show to 1 hour here. The first 30 minutes here, we're going to discuss the AHL, and then later on, I should have Giant 918 for the 5:30 MHL portion. Now, I was supposed to be joined here by Jason Blaze, but I guess the guy fell asleep. But nonetheless, you guys want to call in, number here is 646-381-4907, or you could just connect through Skype, hit the Skype button on there. Let's begin here, because last night, a lot of AHL games. There was actually 10 teams playing. There was 5 separate series in the AHL, only 2 in the MHL, and a big portion of that has to go because of that Delaware Park convention there, the Moose Gathering. But in the AHL, let's go over the series here. Start things off first. We had a Walk of Shame, led there by Low End Theory, taking on Slow Children at Play. Saint 0420, captain of that team. And first series here, Children take game 1 4-2, but then game 2, Walk of Shame win it 4-0 shutout. It comes down to game 3 here, and it's a shootout. But then finally, Children at Play take it 6-5, a high scoring game there, and it's straight filled with the game winner in that one to give the Children at Play the 6-5 win and the series win here as well, taking 2 out of the 3 games. And what about that rookie sensation guy? First season here in the AHL, Saint decided to pick him off. I'm talking about straight filth. He had a hat trick in 2 games here, 2 out of the 3 games. He got that big game winner. Ended up with 7 goals, 2 assists, 9 points on the night, a +2. Also another newcomer here for Children at Play, Big Daddy Boz with 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points as well. It was a +2. And then the other forward there, Pittsburgh King, with 5 assists, playing center. The goaltender there for Children at Play, Sniper 0270, managed the 2 wins there. He had 37 saves. He did face a lot of shots here, 48 shots against. And in that win there, we might have Saint calling on today. He told me he might call in today, so we'll see what happens. Actually, I do have a caller here. Let me grab this and see who that is. Maybe it's Jason Blaze, man. Hey, caller, you're on the air. Who's this? Caller. Hey, you're live on the FlanFan. Jim Flanagan here. How you doing? I guess maybe just call again. Let me put him back on mute. If you want to call in, just give us a call again. I'll put him back on the hold. Yeah, I think it was just calling again. It's all right. Like I said, we should be joined by Giant and maybe Al McGraw. I don't know who he's got co-hosting the 5:30 portion, but back to the series here. Like I said, Children at Play take that. Great start there for Saint. Saint being captain there for the AHL. I don't got stats on Walk of Shame. I don't think Low End ended up putting those in. I know he was at that Delaware Park meeting so last night, so maybe a bit tired. Let's move on here. Next series, Noose on Mice, led there by Kale, who had the number 1 pick this season, ended up picking up Laker, taking on Miss McGill's Tea Party, Captain Tony Soprano, who's trying to rebound here this season after an awful last season performance. And took no time getting a win here for Tony Soprano. Game 1 winning 2-0 shutout win there. But then game 2, Noose on Mice win it 3-2, close game there. And then game 3, they win it 3-2 as well. And the Mice take the series here, 2 out of 3 games. It was a close series here, man. I mean, the games could have went either way, but the Mice take the series here. Not a bad start there, though, for Tony Soprano getting his first win under his belt here this season. It didn't take him that long. And I thought they played well. I mean, they had 54 shots on net in all 3 games there. They were without Hugh Laurie. A couple of things to mention on here, though, for Soprano's team. I know they had 37 in a row playing forward on all 3 games. He didn't get any goals, man. Although not there for 37 in a row on forward. But Shadow Selene there, a late entry into the draft. He had 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for the Tea Party. Campbell Satan with 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points. On the other end, the winning team there, first round pick Laker, didn't disappoint here. He had 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. Buckeye dude with 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. On defense, newcomer Pat Nelson, he had 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. What about this guy? I think the difference maker here in this series, TNT Darkstar, first time in the AHL here, playing in net. He got 2 wins. He had 48 saves on the night with 88.9 save percentage, a 2.01 goals against average. Not bad for a start. First time captain Kill getting the first series win here. Great opening night for him, taking 2 out of 3 games. It was close. It wasn't easy, but he got the job done nonetheless. Let's go on here. Next series, like I said, we had a whole bunch. There's actually 5 series in the AHL. Try recap all of these before the 5:30 start there, because then we're going to have to jump onto the MHL. I know Giant wanted to discuss a couple of stuff there. So next down, this series was a surprise here, man. I mean, we had 2-line tweakers. D. Mitch, first-time captain, a veteran here in the Moose Hockey League. He's been around. Taking another veteran captain, Joe Stowe, Dharma Initiative. And this thing was a blowout here. Dharma winning 5-0 game 1, game 2 6-1, and then a 10-2 blowout, a sweep here. Not looking so good here for D. Mitch and the crew. And Joe Stowe, man, I mean, this guy put together a pretty solid team. A lot of guys before the season started wanted me to mention about this team. And yeah, these guys didn't disappoint here. First game, I don't know if D. Mitch, let's take a look at D. Mitch's team first. I mean, you got Corpsicle, D. Mitch, Buddy H9, Holy Diver, Mount 23, Liberated, and Chaos Samurai. It really, I don't know. I don't see a guy that really stands out on here. Maybe Chaos Samurai. He's had a couple of solid seasons, but not much offense here for the Tweakers. And in net, I mean, they switched it up all 3 games, different goaltenders. They played Corpsicle 1 game, then they had Holy Diver, and then Buddy H9. They all got lit up here by Dharma. I mean, 47 save percentage game 1, a 70 save percentage game 2, 58 save percentage game 3. Not looking so good here for the 2-line Tweakers. For Joe Stowe, I mean, his offense put on some great points. John 18B coming back here in the Moose Hockey League, a guy that might have been forgotten in that draft. Joe Stowe nonetheless picked him up, and great job here. 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points, and a plus 15. Actually, the whole lineup here is plus 15 on the night. Hollywood Bob, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Another great veteran here. And then Joe Stowe himself, forward here. He had 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points. Here's a newcomer, Dana White. I know he made some noise end of last AHL season. I got one of the teams to the playoffs. A lot of talk about this guy during the off season here. I actually had a pleasure playing with this guy in the off season, a couple of scouting games, and this guy, man, I mean, he plays D, but the guy almost resembles a style of how do you call the guy, ice cream truck. I mean, this guy plays D, but he puts up some great points, man. And in this series, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points on D. His partner here, Walter Cole, with 5 assists. And this is surprising. Justin, 39, playing in net here. Another rookie. And got all 3 wins. Got that shutout win, 89.3 save percentage, and only 1.01 goals against average. So great start here by Joe Stowe. Last time Captain Joe Stowe had another impressive season as well. And this one shaping up to be a pretty good season so far, as he's got all 3 wins there, 6 points on the night. Moving on here, next series, who we got here? The Raging Fornicators, led there by Cloudy Days, taking on the Sesame Street Nightmare. And this was a evenly matched here, going back and forth. Game 1, 1-0 for the Fornicators. Shutout win there. Game 2 going to overtime, and then it's going to be Sesame Street Nightmare wins in 4-3 on the overtime. But then Game 3, the Fornicators come out big here, 6-1 final. They take the series here. They take 5 points here. 5 out of the 6 points. Great start for Cloudy Days, and he had a big night. Cloudy Days with 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points, a +5. And he had 2 rookies with him on forward. It's Butter X, who had 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points, and also now I see why you envy me. 1 goal, 6 assists, 7 points. And then what about this goaltender? Another newcomer, L Squint L. He had 2 wins, 1 overtime loss. Had that shutout, 30 saves on the night with an 85.7 save percentage. Only letting in 1.64 goals against average. Great start. And Cloudy Days, I mean, he's got a huge roster, man. The guy picked up a couple guys before the season, and then I think just tonight he got 2 additional guys. The guy has like a 12-man roster, but he's doing it again, man. Got a big win here against Little Spoiler and Sesame Street Nightmare. Look at Nightmare, not much offense, man, except for that game 2, winning that overtime game. But besides that, the other 2 games, only getting 1 additional goal. Gonger in net for the Nightmare. Faced a lot of shots. He had 40 saves, 80 save percentage. But once again, Little Spoiler needs to get some offense going there for his team. Didn't show much last night. And moving on here, the last series we have, We Killed Kenny. First-time captain B.D. Smith taking on Lambda. Captain Funbags. Great team name there. Great idea. And great showing here for Lambda. Game 1 winning is 7-5. They take game 2 3-1. But then they can't wrap things up with a sweep because We Killed Kenny take game 3 6-3. But nonetheless, good start here for Funbags, taking the series win 2 out of the 3 games. We Killed Kenny faced a lot of shots here. I mean, Funbags and the crew putting up a lot of shots, 56 shots on net against B.D. Smith here. And that's pretty much what won the game here. I mean, Funbags on offense, 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. He had a Double D, 35 MPH, who only played 1 game, but he had a hat trick because then he got called up to the MHL for Sobers team, which we'll get to in a bit during the MHL recap because I really want to get to that second nature. Not doing so good, but he got called up. And then IR Fanny Pack, another one that played well. He played actually 2 games on forward and 1 game on D, and didn't disappoint here. On forward, he had 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. And then on defense, only 1 game, but he had 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Big night for IR Fanny Pack. One guy that we questioned that maybe should have been in the MHL, couldn't squeak in this season, maybe season 14. And then the other partner there for IR Fanny Pack was Doc Ranich, who had 2 games played with 4 assists. For We Killed Kenny, I mean, they did put up a good amount of numbers there, good points, but they couldn't win in the shootout here. Funbags just too much offense for this team. And we had Shameless, he had 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Clark Kent with 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. This guy, Lorraine, only 1 game played, 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 points. Got to get this guy in more games. And that's actually the game that they won, where they had Lorraine playing. Got those 4 points. If they could get him in more games, maybe could turn things around. And surprise here, Boston 99 on defense. He had 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points. Good night for him. I believe we have a caller. Let me grab another caller on here. I don't know where Blaze is. We still got a couple minutes here. I want to get over a couple more of the AHL stuff and also some news going on MooseNights.com before we get to that 5:30 Eastern start. Let me grab this call here first. Hey, caller, you're on the air. Who's this?
What's up, Flanny? It's Saint.
Saint, what's up, man?
Not much. How's it going?
Good you're calling in, man. By myself right now. I mean, Jason Blaze was supposed to be on the air. I don't know what happened. I know Giant's going to join us here in a couple of minutes. But good you're calling in, man. I mean, last night started things off and a good start for you guys for slow children at play, man. Taking 2 out of 3 against Low End. What can you tell us about that series, man, from last night?
It was a high-scoring series. I mean, goals going in both sides. Game 2, there was a lag issue. Low end ended up with a shutout. It was a good game played by both teams for the series, but we just got one more in on them.
Yeah, and that's what it took, man. I mean, that game 3, 6-5, a big shootout there, man. And taking the series.
Last goal came in like 8.9 seconds left in the game or something like that.
Oh, man. And I want to talk about that goal. I mean, that goal, and it was done by Straight Filth. We had 2 hat-tricks in this series here. Newcomer, I mean, I think you picked him up, like 3rd or 4th round in the draft?
I got him. He was my first pick, 4th overall.
Oh. Okay, so, I mean, I haven't seen this guy, you know what I mean, in the league. I mean, did you scout this guy? Did you know much about this guy? I mean, he came out a huge night last night for you. 7 goals, 2 assists, 9 points. Definitely the difference maker here, man.
Yeah, I played a lot of scouting games with him and Big Daddy Boz as well. They had played together on a club before, so they already had some chemistry going there.
Okay.
And then Sniper in net and Converse, I just got to give a shout-out to Converse. He's an amazing D partner. We complement each other so well. Like, we don't even have to talk. We just know where each other is going to be.
I see. Oh, that makes sense. I mean, Straight Filth, Big Daddy Boz, definitely closed this in last night. I mean, they both had 9 points each in that win there. So, I mean, huge, man. Huge, great start there for you, Saint, man. You know, taking 2 out of 3. You're from Jersey, right?
Yep.
What happened last night, man?
South.
It ain't going no Delaware Park last night. I mean, we had a whole big crew. We're going to discuss that later when Giant gets on, man.
I got the Flyers game on Thursday.
I see.
That's
okay.
where all my money went.
I see, man. That's cool.
Low end,
Go ahead.
shout out to their team. They had an amazing night, too. I believe USSR Sniper, my captain from last season, he had 2 hat-tricks himself, I think, unless he had another one in the second game. I really wasn't paying attention to scoring. But, yeah, Low End's got a really good team. He's in our division, too, so we'll have to play him again at the end of the season. Tomorrow night we have King of the 4-1-12, and that's going to be another tough series for us.
Yeah. Now, a lot of guys are talking about, I mean, this season AHL, man, it's supposed to be pretty hyped, man. I mean, you take a look at the rosters, the talent out there. I mean, the draft itself, there's just like so many options to choose from. I mean, what do you see this season different from any other season in the AHL, man? I mean, you think it's gonna be one of those competitive seasons, man?
Yeah, it's real competitive. A lot of the players that were drafted AHL could have very well gone MHL draft. I mean, there's a lot of talent spread out to all the teams, too.
I agree, man. I agree. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, we only had 12 MHL teams, 12 AHL teams, so not everybody could have made it. But hopefully, you know, if these guys stick around, like I said, I'm trying my best to do these waiver games, keep these guys active on here. Then by next season, we could bump the teams up, which will be great. But, you know, we'll see what happens with that. I mean, in the AHL here, you know, being competitive on here, I don't know how Lowen got back. Lowen was actually in Delaware with us at that time, but he must have hauled ass at that time. But I don't think he's far. I think he's a bit closer
right across
to us.
The bridge.
Yeah, because I'm like North Jersey, so we had a ride. We had like a 2-hour ride.
Right.
You know, we actually drove Kuzi back, but you know, we'll see what happens with that, man. I had another question I wanted to ask you while we had you on the air here. My mind just went completely blank, man. First time back on the FlanFan here, you know what I mean? But I don't know. Any other shout outs you had or anything else you want to say while we got you here on the air?
I'm glad to hear Giants coming back. I'm glad everything's going well for them. Can't wait to hear them again. I want to give a shout-out to you guys doing all the media. Holly, I mean, without you guys, the Moose wouldn't be what the Moose is today. Shout-outs to Kuzi and everybody that helps out with the website. I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job. That's why the Moose keeps growing day after day. Every day there's more and more sign-ups on the web.
Hell yeah. I mean, they know where the places to be. And the season just started, so we got a lot of surprises for you guys, especially at the end of the week here, along with Sports Center. All right, man. That's cool. That's thanks for calling in on here. You listen to the rest of the show here, Saint. Appreciate the call, man.
All right, Flanny. Have a good one.
You too, man. All right, there we go. Saint calling in, man. The slow children at play. Starting things off with 2 and 3, so good job for him. I know we got a couple more minutes here before Giant gets on the air, get the whole MHL, the whole drama going on there. But one thing I want to discuss about on here before we switch off, before I take that quick break here, is with the AHL, we got a whole bunch of players, a whole bunch of guys on the waivers. I know some of them actually just got picked up tonight, which is great. But for the guys that are still on the waiver pool, man, I'm hosting waiver games tonight. It starts tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's going to run from 9 to 11. And it's posted on moosenice.com. You guys can check that out. And basically, get out there, play 6-on-6 hockey. That's what it's all about. Play some, we'll try to get a couple of games. So we should be able to fit like 4 or 5 games on there. Stats will be tracked, man. We got a League Daddy account just updated today. So stats will be posted there for everybody in the league to see. And as always, with me being in there, I'm going to bring the camera, so the video capturing will definitely be there. And, just step up, play some 6-on-6 hockey. Because the way I see it on here, a lot of these team 9-man rosters, plus other teams just picked up, and Cloudy with a 12-man roster, it's going to be, it's going to be kind of tough getting the fill-ins there, but we'll see what happens. We can't get a lot of fill-ins. We'll definitely have the waiver games. I'm going to host them every Monday and Thursday night until the season ends. And then, we'll try to do like a prospect best-of-7 series at the end of the season for all the guys that, pretty much stuck around and played in the waiver games. And who knows? You might be able to still get in on some of the teams here this season, be able to play on teams. If you can't, there's always season number 14, which, from what I'm hearing, we should have a lot more teams than we had this season. That's if, activity stays the same, and we got guys sticking around here. So we'll see what happens at that. We'll see how it goes tonight. Once again, it's 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be there on live. More info on that, just go to moosenice.com on the forums. We got more details posted for that. All right. I know we got like 5 minutes left here. I gotta get Giant on the switchboard here momentarily, and we'll hop on to the MHL portion, which only 2 series last night, but we got other topics that we're going to discuss, like the Delaware Park. Maybe we'll even discuss Legion's team and the 4 teams that played there. Our prediction, discuss what we think for season number 13. How it's going to be shaped up. So I'm going to take a quick break here, guys. We'll be back here for more Moose Radio on the FlanFan show here. Don't go away, man.
Welcome back, Moose family, to the second half hour of the FlanFan show. I am your host and executive producer, Giant 918. Please welcome Jim Flanagan and Jason Blaze. Maybe Flanny left. What's going on, Blaze? Blaze, are you there?
I'm still here, Giant.
Oh, you are still here. All right.
I think we do got Blaze. I don't know what happened. Blaze was supposed to join me the first half hour. I ran the show. We did have Saint calling in, but I think we do have Blaze back on here. I don't know if there's any mic issues or not, or Skype issues with him. Maybe that's why he couldn't get on earlier.
No, man. I got tied up. I'm sorry I didn't make it, Moose family. I'm here now, so...
What a fail. Fail for the first show, man. It's all right.
You know what? We're checking the guys in the Moose chat over here. I don't know if you opened that up either, Flanny. It's been some time, Moose family, since we've been on the air. Can we just get a confirmation from one of you guys in that Moose chat? Make sure you guys could hear us over there.
I don't know.
Hello.
I don't even know if I have the chat open.
Nah, I opened it before. So one of the questions, but it looks like these guys are mutes. 646-381-4907 is a number to call. So why don't you go over? How many series did we have last night in the MAHL? Jim?
Well, before we go to the series, you want to talk a bit about the park last night, man? A lot of guys showed up yesterday, man, compared to last season.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. There were maybe like 5 guys last season that came down. And then we guys got coming from Canada over here this time. So Kuzi came down, Legion came out, Low End Theory, and the failed Evolution, who almost made us late. Now Flanny couldn't get all his bets in. We had no time, so we know next time. Evolution. Don't even bother.
I was heated, man. I was heated, but I got over it. I built a bridge like you always do, Giant. You know what I mean? I don't know if you mentioned, but Vivo was there. Ocho Spiko, Jason Morsky. So it was a lot. Myself and you as well. It was a great, especially Kuzi coming all the way from Canada, man. That was pretty interesting, man. But the Del Park had a great time. Besides the bet, maybe that was a sign I shouldn't have betted on the NFL case, But
you know what? The Cincinnati Bengals killed most of us. Much of us bet on that. That line was so great.
Oh man!
And the Cincinnati Bengals. For those of you who are Canadian, you know what? They usually keep the games close. They did it yesterday. Yeah. I could have wiped my ass with the amount of tickets that were on our table with all the fails on there, and a goodly portion of them were because of that.
Yeah. But the best part, Giants, the Jets won. You know what I mean? You got to see your team come back and win, and we got to eat a lot of hot dogs, drink a lot of beer, and meet a lot of great people out there, man.
All right, guys, let's move along to some more serious business. So you guys know this from now on. We're going to be doing 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from now on. We're going to try to promote that on our website, mooseandIce.com. We're going to try to get them up. I'm going to be here for the 5:30 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time portion of this. We're going to try to lock in schedules. I'm available Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. I am unavailable on Tuesdays and Fridays, so we'll see if we can lock this down, Moose family, and get a consistent schedule for you as well. Go ahead, Flanny.
I think we could, man. I think we could, especially the cast that we have. We got Jason Blaze definitely helping out. We did take a cut with Goofy J this season, you know what I mean? Hopefully by season 14 he'll be back. But then, you got guys like Low End Theory, Evolution, who stepped up recently. And what about this guy, Octizzy, man? Stepped up big for us during the draft. I want to give a big shout out to Octizzy and Blaze and myself. We haven't really been doing the show that much, but Octizzy, aka Al McGraw, he's been doing a fabulous job for the Moose Media in terms of radio coverage, things of that nature, helping Flanny out with some of the picks for the Sports Center and stuff like that. We got a bunch of promos for you guys coming this Sunday as well from our Delaware Park trip. A lot of awesome films from that. Not everybody who met us over there at the Delaware Park were there, but there were some of us that were there to do some quick promos and stuff like that. Blaze, did you do anything interesting yesterday in lieu of the Delaware Park trip at all?
Maybe harassed Goofy J a little bit on G-Chat about that suspension he's got there. Other than that, I just stuck around and I watched the Moose action unfold, considering it was the season opener.
Yeah.
So that was pretty exciting.
Opening night, man. Opening night. Don't get any better. Now, because of the Delaware Park, a lot of guys ended up rescheduling their games. In the AHL, there was 5 series going on, 10 teams playing. But in the MHL, a lot of it got rescheduled. We only had 2 series, actually, last night that took place. 4 teams playing. And we'll discuss those. We'll discuss those recaps and, discuss those teams as well. Yeah, go ahead, John.
Yeah. So we got some downtime and stuff like that. We still got almost a half hour left with you guys. So we could talk about opening night last night. Troubles already, it looks like, for some of the teams. Looks like we got a caller on the air already. Yeah, caller. Who is this caller? You're on the air. Caller.
Yeah, hello?
Caller. Yeah, who is this caller?
Yeah, what's up, guys? Scott from Glen Cove.
Hey, Scott, what's going on? How you been, broski?
Yeah, I think everything's been fine. Just wondering what's been going on with the show. I've been away on business for a while, but I've been calling in here and there, and there seems to be no show anymore. This is the first time we've managed to catch you guys in about a month or two.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering if what's going on with the situation here.
Well, we described it on the pre-show. I've had a lot of health issues lately. Finally gotten a lot better. I'm feeling a lot better, so I could put more effort into things like this, into the radio show. This is pretty much our baby over here at the MHL. No other league has the radio lineup that we do over here. This is an all-star cast over here. And then we got other guys, Goofy's out for the season thus far. Maybe we could get him in for a couple episodes this season. He might be pretty emo. He's been suspended from playing for the current season and stuff like that. So guys have stepped up. I don't know if they get the ratings that we normally do, guys, but it doesn't matter. They've done a tremendous job. Shout out to Evolution and Low End Theory and the rest of the guys who have helped out with the radio while we haven't been on, because it's been very sporadic. Scott, go ahead, Flanny.
Yeah, and I mean, usually it does happen during the playoffs. We usually take a bit break. We came back with the big draft 2-hour radio shows for AHL and MHL. But yeah, we know. I mean, a lot of guys emailed me, sent me messages. When the FlanFan's coming back. It's back tonight. We're back, kick things off in the season. And for you, the MHL fans, as well as for you, Scott, what we're doing this season, we have bumped things up, man. It's going to be a 1-hour FlanFan show 5 days a week. That's 5 hours of the FlanFan show. You can't ask for more than that, man. Come on.
Fantastic, guys. Good looking out to you guys, and thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thanks for the call, Scotty. We appreciate it. 646-381-4907 is a number to call. So why don't we go over this? The first series last night, and it's Beauty and the Bills, and Bills 39, Second Nature, and I mean, these games weren't even close. The first game was close a little bit. Second Nature made it to overtime. They lose in overtime. Look at the game number 2 and number 3. Beauty and the Bill. I mean, just lighting shit up. 9-3 final. Game number 3, 8-2 final. Flanny, you got the box scores for how many points? These guys have crazy. Man. Let me take a look at my notes for this.
Oh, this was crazy. Sober enough of Second Nature there, Giant. Maybe might be a pretty sober season here for him, man. Because they kicked things off. Went to overtime. They got a point out of that loss there. But once that, I think once Beauty and the Bill came in there, like, hey, wait a second, we're playing Second Nature here in Sober's team, which a lot of guys drew a lot of question marks the way Sober drafted here this season. They weren't so fun about this team, and came out here. I was surprised they got that 3-2 OT loss there, because after that, man, these guys, Bill's 39 first-time captain, did not disappoint, and he gave them no mercy there, man. They got outshot, outplayed, outclassed, you name it, man.
And there's no question about that. But also, in addition to this, Blaze, this is Bill's first time as an MHL captain. How do you think you're starting off the season at 3-0? How great is that, Blaze?
Yeah, it's a great confidence booster there, but you also got to figure and hope that your team doesn't get too cocky from here on out, because a cocky team can easily fall all the way down in the standings here. And, with an excellent night from Bills and Captain Agela, a.k.a. Sanus Pone here, this team lifted themselves over their opponents here, and, maybe they can do it again. Who knows? It's too early to tell, but let's just hope they don't get too cocky.
Yeah. I'm going to have to agree with that. I'm not your dad, USMC. 3 wins, 81.1 save percentage, 2.12 goals against average. That's pretty good, but how much shots on net?
Not much, man.
Shots on net?
Not much, especially compared to Beauty and the Bill. Beauty and the Bill, that team put up 65 shots on goal here. So My Little Pony was facing a lot of shots all night. And you mentioned Captain Agilna, Sanus Pone, Cone, what you want. He had that overtime game winner in that game 1. He had 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points, a +10. And what about these two guys, Bills 39 and the number 1 draft pick, Hergs? He did not disappoint. Hergs with 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points, 9 hits. And then Bills 39 with 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points. These guys were clicking, Bills 39, Hergs might be the answer. But one thing to mention here, Giant, we didn't discuss, we discussed Sober's team. He was missing pretty much his whole offense besides himself. Without Special Ed, without Justin Inc. in his place, they had Double D, 35 MPH, and they had ex-human Typhoon, who didn't even get drafted in the AHL. It was the only MHL priority guy right now. He's on the waivers for the other portion, and that's a big factor there for second nature, man. How they kept Game 1 so close, I don't know, with that type of lineup. I think when Beauty and the Bill woke up after Game 1, they're like, wait a second here, guys. Do we see who we're playing on the other side? I don't know if it would have mattered if Special Ed and Justin Ing were there. Might have been maybe a bit close, but I think Bills 39 and Hergs were on fire there, man. They were on the same page, and watch out, man.
My question
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, Blaze.
What did Hergs really prove himself to be deserving of the first-round pick with only 4 goals and 11 assists? You know, sure, that's good for assister, but you need a goal scorer for your first-round pick. Assists only good to you so far. And to me, the person that should have been their number 1 pick was Captain Galen tonight, and definitely not Hergs, in my honest opinion. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. I don't know about that. Like Hergs is I don't know. It's almost like Hergs is he's diesel, but sometimes I think like he's almost like one-dimensional. But then again, there's that chemistry factor too, right? So you see that, and sometimes I don't know about Hergs. He was on EWTU Eric's team last season, Moose Hockey League president, and I don't think Hergs had that good of a season, but I think a goodly portion of this roster, and it was his full roster last night, I believe, Bills. Yeah. It's that shovel chin crew, with the exception of I'm Not Your Dad, USMC. I'd be a little upset too. I'd be a little bit upset too if I was sober. When you don't have your starting lineup. I mean, this is opening night. Guys aren't pumped up to play.
I don't know,
or
man.
What? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand that.
You know.
So I mean, have these guys had availability issues in the past, like Special Ed and dude, man, Special Ed, he's got moves, man. I mean, sometimes he struggles, man, but dude, man, he's got these deeks. I don't even know how the fuck he does this shit sometimes. He got some nasty moves on the ice. Looks like we got a caller on the air. Yeah, caller, you're on the air. Who is this caller?
Hey, it's I'm Not Your Dad, USMC.
Now, Gunny, what's going on? Good friend of the show. You rarely call us. You have a hard time inputting stats on League Daddy. You end up calling the show today. Are you the normal goalie that Bills drafted?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And so what's going on? I mean, how excited are you guys, or you're not? Because it looks like Sober didn't even have 2 of his starting guys, man. So I mean, how pumped up are you guys over that?
We're definitely pumped. We Bills drafted a solid team. You know, we got Miguel on D, Albright on D, and as far as like a reserve D man, we got Fanny Pack. So I mean, there's like 3 strong players right there that I'm happy to play behind. No homo.
Now, Dad, since we got you on the phone here, you guys blew them out Game 2, Game 3. But what happened in Game 1? Was it just trying to start things up, man? It was the first game of the season that it went to overtime, but the other 2 were big blowouts?
Yeah, I was kind of rusty in that. You know, that first game was probably first game of hockey I played in about a week. And it's just about team chemistry, you know, doing the breakout passes and everything. And after that first game, actually after probably the first 2 periods, everything started to click. And obviously you can see what happened in Game 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah, I mean, you guys just, yeah. I mean, you just.
And then, can I just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, because I got to go up some else at the dealership here. Game 3. And I'm not going to take away from Sober's team, but their 2 goals weren't even shots. They were just basically broken plays. So I just want to get that on record. So when Scribbles McRacist does his damn McNasties for the end of the year, I don't get donkey punched again.
Guys, he just gave you his weakness there. Don't shoot at him.
No, I didn't say that. No, shoot at me all you want. All right, here we go. Now I got to find out where to park. This is fun.
All right.
You know what? I'm in a Jeep, baby. I park where I want.
Okay. Any shout-outs or anything like that?
No, I just want to, give a shout-out to my team. Last but definitely not least, my cat that destroyed my Christmas tree. That's going to be awesome. But glad to see
are you
guys
looking
doing
for
the
more
radio
cats?
show again, Giant. Glad to see you're healthy.
I appreciate that, Dad. You got any room for any more cats? Holly's trying to get Flanny's trying to get rid of his cats, broski.
No, absolutely not. No, I got 2 dogs and 2 cats, and
oh my God,
and a wife.
Crazy old cat man.
Oh, fuck that.
I don't
right,
feel so bad here. All right.
Hey, thanks for the call, Dad. 646-381-4907. I think that's Hugh Laurie, man. He's just going to be listening in. I'm not going to pick up. He normally doesn't have that much good stuff to say anyway.
Very confident there. I'm not your dad, his team. Hey, why not? I mean, 103 games, 6 points, start things off, 3-0. Bill's 39, first-time captain. I mean, we heard Daly on the pre-show saying, this captain might be a captain to watch out for here, and looking good so far. But, the other thing on second nature, like I said, they were missing those 2 key players. I don't know if it would have changed things, but is this something that Sober needs to, look out for here, man?
No, I just got this breaking. I just got this 411 breaking, and it just said that Justinick had to work and had asked Bills to reschedule, but Bill said no. Well, obviously, I mean, you know what? You can't get that mad. You know what I'm saying, Moose family? The fact of the matter is, some captains are like cutthroat and stuff like that. Some captains, they're like lackadaisical. They're like, whatever. I don't want to be perceived as cheesy or whatever. You call it whatever you want. Perception is reality, Moose family. If you're not gonna reschedule, you know what? The opposing captain is gonna have to build a bridge to get over it, or put an H on your chest and handle it. There's nothing else you could do. We draft all these guys. You got the MHL call-ups and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe you should have done a better job on drafting your MHL rights guys. I don't know what to say, Blaze.
Yeah, and he should have known ahead of time as well that and better prepared too. As far as I know, these guys were just calls up. They weren't practicing with the team. He must have known ahead of time. These guys should have practiced with the team as well. And I think maybe that lack of chemistry, also the fact that they're not as quality as those 2 players that were missing, but still practicing still went a long way. And I don't think that was evident here.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. 646-381-4907. Go ahead, Flanny.
I think there's just a lot of trouble, a lot of problems going on.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And we just started off, man. So not looking good, man. Not looking good to start things off like this. And already a lot of issues where I think the team already, after the draft, I don't think it was good to start off things off as it was, man. And we'll see, man. We'll see when if Sober, when he does get his full roster, how these guys come out and play. Because last night was just pitiful, man.
Yeah, and it's tough. So you don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on through Sober's head. I don't know if he's panicking. He's sending guys he's got guys on the trade block. I have no idea. But when you get spanked that badly, that is not good. But again, Jason Plays made an excellent point. You got those MHL guys with the rights. You got to get them up and get them some time too, in case you're not around or your number 1 line over there isn't available as well. Let's move along to the next series, guys.
I like Bill's 39 call here. Not rescheduling, man. First time captain. Some guys like to, pull some strings. But Bill's 39 wasn't having it, man. You know what I mean?
Man, because sometimes he might have problems with his schedule. I know he's had problems with his schedule in the past, so I'm sure he's not fucking around, not taking any chances with that whatsoever. It got the second series last night. Les Tabernacles and that Sobe Ifear's team at the chronically arthritic Fappers. That's Duke's team over here. Les Tabernacles winning the first game 4-2, and then losing the second 2 games 4-1 and 4-1. Top highlights in this: Duke getting 4 goals and 3 assists in the series, 22 hits as well. So he's very dynamic, Duke. From when he first came into the Moose, now a seasoned vet, doing a tremendous job. He's pretty much a first round pick in my eyes now. Agent J getting 2 goals and 3 assists, 5 points. Chunky Feces with 4 points. Daly with 5 points. And Tackle Dummy with 4 points over here. And for the Tabernacles, NJ Ski getting 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points. So he's getting 6 points out of all the 6-team goals, man. You're going to need a little more offense than that, Sobi fears. And Goofy had mentioned last season, I believe, that he thinks, and I don't think Sobi fears is that bad of a forward. I think he's pretty diesel, actually.
Yes.
And Goofy mentioned last season that he thinks he's a forward, but he should really be a goalie. I don't care about that. It doesn't bother me, but I don't know, man. It was pretty good for them the first game, but the second and third game, something happened over there, and it looks like there's no chemistry. Do these teams practice or what, Flanny?
I don't know. But looking at this series, I think what the key factor here, getting the Fappers the win here, was defense, man. I thought Daly tackled them. He shut things down. The Les Tabernacles only put up 23 shots on goal in this whole series here. And when you do that, you know what I mean, they got a solid goaltender on the Fappers as well. And, Duke had a tremendous night. And you mentioned Ski, getting the 6 points out of the team's 6 goals. Somebody else got to step up. The big question mark here, Giant, before the series even took place, and it was after the draft, was when Sobi IR Fierce ended up picking up Sobi X Motion. He only had 1 assist last night. Not much on the scoreboard here for him. Is that going to be a problem, man? Is that going to be a problem here for the Les Tabernacles? What do you think, Blaze?
First of all, I'm going to correct you guys. It's a French name, and it's actually swearing. It's Les Tabernacles. And, defense, sure, it's nice to have a bonus of an assist or some points or whatnot, but the main focus on defense in the MHL here is to stop goals. From what I see here, it didn't happen, but, it could have been an off night. Who knows? But the one question is, drafting your buddies, does it lead to a downfall of the team? So far, it has, in this case. We were worried about Bill's team doing that with Hergs being a first-round pick there with the shovel chins. But look at here. This is another case of drafting your buddies and calling your buddies up, and this is what cost them, I think.
Yeah, but Hergs is a proven player here in the league, man. I mean, here's a probably top 10 forward in the league, where we haven't seen much of X Motion. We'll see what happens here for IR Fierce and the team there. They looked not too bad during practice games, but when it came up here, start things off, they got their first win, man, 4-2. But then the Duke, man, getting it done here, taking the next 2, win it 2-3. It could have went either way. It could have changed things up. I think they stepped up big on D for the Fappers, and they continue to do so, man. Daly playing defense this season. Swap that up. The only problem here I had with Daly, he had 8 penalty minutes, man. He's got to get more discipline, I think, on the ice.
Yeah, man, there's no question about it. But put that up to 99 or something like that. I don't know what's going on with that, Daly. But sometimes that can make or break you. Some teams take so much advantage of the power play, and, it's very dangerous. So you guys got to be careful with those penalties and stuff like that. And, 8 penalty minutes is way too much, in my opinion. You got 2 penalty minutes every, the entire night. That's okay, man. But if you're getting 8 a night or something like that, it's not good.
But you know what happened, though? He did have the 8 penalty minutes. I look at the stats here. The IR Fierce's team was not able to capitalize on the power plays, whereas the Fappers, they went 2-for-2 the last 2 games on their power play. So they did connect while the other team did. So great job on the PK for the Fappers and getting it done on the power play where the let Blaze say the name, weren't able to do it, man.
Les Tabernacles?
Yeah, there you
go. By the way, my question is, who played goalie for the Fappers? I thought Tackle Dummy would have been their goalie.
No, they Tackle Dummy's actually playing D. Now, we see Tackle Dummy play D. If you guys remember a couple of seasons back, I don't know if Blaze was around here, but it was the Bayside Tigers, Biruz and Tackle Dummy. So I guess that's what he's going for here. He's having the Tackle Dummy play defense here. Instead of the last couple of seasons, I know he did play in net, but the guy's not a walkthrough on defense, man. I actually prefer him on defense myself, man.
Yeah, and it's dangerous too, like you said. I know you're trying to help your boys out and stuff like that, and you're trying to draft them and stuff like that. It's not only that. I mean, you guys got to be careful, and especially if you're MHL. You know what I'm saying? But there's so much shovel chins out there, as far as I'm aware of. Like, not enough could even fit on an entire team. There's like 25 of them shovel guys. So who the hell knows? But that's a great point Jason plays as well. Why don't we go over some of the
Serge Sniper, I think, was the goalie there for Duke's team.
And he's a great goalie too, man.
I'm glad he's got the chance to prove it here this season, because I know he hasn't been really drafted much. You know what I mean? Sometimes he played in the AHL, but I think this season might be a breakout season here for Serge Sniper. He's got a great defensive front in front of him, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Giant. My bad, man.
No, it's all good. So why don't we go over tonight's series quick? We're coming up on 4 minutes, guys, and we got let's go over the first series. Smoking that herb, Irby, which is Emperor, taking on Sober Enough, Second Nature tonight. Hopefully Justin doesn't have a series tonight, but I don't know what's going on with Special Ed. I mean, is he going to show up tonight or what? You know what I'm saying? Taking a look at Emperor's roster.
He's got the Martin brothers, man. D. Martin.
Yeah, he's got the Martin brothers. Dude, this is going to be hard, man. I think Sober's going to get smoked this series again, man. Unfortunately. I mean, what do you think about this, Blaze? What do you think about this series?
Yeah, if any indication from last night there comes over, and usually it does, when you got momentum, you just seem on steamrolling. But it's the opposite effect that's happening here. When you start losing, you can start getting down and out on yourself, and that might actually happen here. Plus, the fact that some of their guys aren't even showing up when they're supposed to be their top players. Like, that's the start of a team crumbling. I'm not going to say this team's going to crumble here, but I am going to say this team is definitely going to get smoked.
Yeah, it's not a good start, Flanny. Go ahead.
Yeah, definitely, man. No, I don't want to add any more there. We'll see what happens to Sober's team. Hopefully he gets the full roster, but I don't think even the full roster is going to help him out here, man.
Yeah, and we got the worst kind of people, and that's Timeless's team going against Drift King's team. I took a look at Drift King's roster. I am not that
impressed.
I don't think it's all that. I'm not that impressed. And then I look over here, and then I look at Timeless's team. He's got Hatemaker, and I don't know if Timeless is going to be playing wing or what, man. I hope to God these guys have been practicing too, man. Because Hatemaker, he talks a lot in the party, man. He wants communication over there and stuff like that. And I don't know if he picked up Wade.
Yeah, no, Timeless is going to play D. It's going to be Timeless and Cody on D, and you got Wade, Hatemaker, and Blanco up front with Flexible Pancake in net. Flexible Pancake is going to have to play solid here tonight. But you look at Drift King's team, I'm not impressed either, Giant. I'm questioning to see how Yangbag plays defense for his team there. And does even Derek GNR have his account back or not? You know, I think this team has a lot of issues already, man. So we'll see what happens here, man.
Oh, that is so crazy, man. Dude, I don't know, man. I mean, this is a toss-up over here. Because I'm looking at this. I haven't played with Blanco in a mad long time, but I don't even know. Like, do him and Hatemaker have chemistry or something? Like, I don't know the rationale behind this.
Well, I know Timeless and Hatemaker did play together before, man. But Blanco's been acting out of the game for a bit. I mean, he played waiver, man.
He's been out for so long, dude. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I mean, does he have the experience and stuff like that? Well, we'll see, you know. I mean, I'm very curious to see. And we haven't seen any trades go down. But I'll tell you what, based on some of these first series, some of these captains panic so fast, it's not even funny, man. I mean, what do you think about this series, Blaze?
Yeah, you have to be hasty with your decisions in the first. It's only the first series, right? The first series isn't going to make or break you. Am I right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I don't know who to call on this. I might actually pick a Charlie Brown Christmas to take 2 out of 3 over here, just because Drift King is so deep.
Yeah.
The rest of his roster is mad suspect, yo.
I think it's going to be a showdown here between Drift King and the Hate Maker, who could put up more goals, man. So
I'm like looking at this. Now, Viva's nasty, right? He had some issues with the server, connecting to the server. But look at this, who he got on backup. He's got Hollywood Bob. This guy is Diesel, man. And you went over the stats before, Flanny.
Yeah.
He lit shit up last night, man. I'm seeing Drift King. He's going to be dropping some of these guys. And he's going to pick them up. He's got Lebunski's too, man. So he's going to be nasty too, man. Yeah. I don't know. I think
it's just that defensive front that gives me question marks.
Yeah, man.
The offense is good.
Really concerns me. Yeah, the offense looks good, man, but that defense is very concerning to me, man. I'm even looking at the backup. Diddy's nice and stuff like that. He was on global warming last season. Derek GNR. I mean, when your account gets hacked, that means you got to start from the beginning, unless you got one of them USB things to do whatever. Anything else on your plate, guys? Flanny, anything else?
I wouldn't be surprised we see Yambag getting dropped to the AHL after week 1, man.
All right, how about you, Blaze? Anything else?
Yeah, let's just hope Duke comes to his brains and call me up to the MHL. I'm just kidding. Nah, just captains don't make hasty decisions, and keep your patience, and things will go through.
And also a big night tonight in the AHL. Another night where there's 10 teams playing, 5 series, man. So big night AHL back-to-back. And as always, we also have the start of the waiver games tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. I'll be hosting those, man. If you're on the waivers, get out there for some 6-on-6 hockey. We got League Daddy stats, and we got the video capture devices out there. So
yeah, this too, man. If you guys could help out Flanagan, if you guys could help out Flanny with the waiver games, please contact him ASAP for tonight's games. We appreciate that. Make sure you stay tuned for tomorrow afternoon's episode, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's all the time we got for tonight. Continue to check us out, www.mooseonice.com. Follow us on Twitter at MooseOnIce. Jason Blaze, Jim Flanagan, Giant918, signing out. Have a good night, everybody.